What's up, everybody? We're going to play Wordle, and it's going to be for Monday. Happy Memorial Day. Monday, May 26, 2025. Yes, indeed. Happy Memorial Day. Today, Jim wants us to put in phone. The reason for that, let's type it in, is that phone is related to what's called the telephone number in combinatorics, and I'll just very quickly explain why 26 would be a telephone number. So if you do T of 5, which means if you take, for instance, 5 people, and suppose that you're a teacher and you want to figure out all the different number of possible ways that you could pair the kids into like groups of 2, but also allow for some kids to work on their own, then there'd be 26 different ways to do that for 5 kids. And I'll show you how they would get enumerated. There could be one way to have no pairs whatsoever. So that would just be all 5 kids work alone. If you have one pair working together and 3 singletons, there would be 10 ways that that could happen. And if you have 2 pairs of kids working together and 1 singleton, there'd be 15 ways for that to happen. And if you add up all 3 cases, you get a total of 26. Very cool. I never knew that these existed. You guys are amazing. I learned a lot from you. I'll throw out a bonus question. See who could calculate, maybe without looking it up, what T of 6 would be. If you can calculate that, that means you really understood exactly what's going on. Okay. Phone. How did phone do today? Absolutely wonderful. But we do have a little bit of a trappy thing. I'm going to go straight for drone. I don't see why not. Perfect. I got a lot of flack recently for my folio solve. Guys, I don't cheat, okay? I don't cheat. What was the word that we started with folio? Catch. And then I think I put in, I think it was catch, snore. There you go. So now the O is misplaced. And I went with folio. I mean, every now and then you do get lucky, okay? You do get lucky. It seemed like a reasonable guess. I was talking about all the different Ollie type words, and I thought, you know what, rather than just get lost in the weeds with all the different Ollie words, let's try something that moves the O's around, also checks for another O, and it happened to be folio, okay? So I know a lot of you are going to say, Art, you know, there was like, whatever, maybe 20 or 30 different possibilities, and once again, you know, you knew the word in advance, guys. I just don't do that. It would be such a complete and utter waste of my time to have a channel dedicated to basically, you know, defrauding people by making you seem like I'm some clairvoyant, or, you know, if it's in connections, like I'm some just, you know, wizard. It just doesn't work that way, okay? I'm not going to do it, okay? I'm not going to do it. For the same reason that I know I would trust Doug on my life. We just don't cheat, okay? We just don't do it. So I got lucky, and I know there's a lot of options. You know, we would have had stone could have worked. Scone would have worked, but I know that we had it. And, you know, there'd be a few others, okay? I'll let you guys do the math and figure out how many other options there are, but come on. Just stop the accusations, okay? It's just silly. And, you know, I have my good days and I have my bad days. Tomorrow, we hope that it will be a good day because it's going to be 3 for the 27th of May. And that's a lot easier to explain because 3 raised to the 3rd power is 27. The telephone one, I hope I gave you guys a nice simple explanation, but that took me a little while to get that understood and to figure out how it works, but it is pretty cool. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Tomorrow is another day. Of course, we're going to do the 3, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next round of Wordle.